them. This is a pick that we've been looking forward to all year long.
Yo, chat. I am so sorry I'm late. I overslept after staying up for like 24 hours, so I apologize. I don't really know what happened, but it's 2-2 right now, or 2-3 actually. Sentinels are up. DRX just took a timeout. And yeah, I apologize. I'm really late today.
Was one of my, we were kind of discussing, I think, ahead of time of what might be sticking points for this DRX squad, because you have a lot of
no face cam today either, because like I said, I just woke up, but I really wanted to get this stream going, and I really wanted to watch this game, honestly.
Like this, where he's playing against people and he knows he has the experience advantage. He loves to press on the wounds. Any kind of gap that opens up, he's going to try to wedge that bigger and bigger. By taking liberties, by pushing players, spraying in their faces and trying to wide swing onto them, all sorts of little tricks he'll pull out to try to win the mental game. As they did when they lifted their trophy this year in Madrid, by kind of booming Gen G's mental on Icebox.
And for some reason, it seems like the stream today, not mine, but the like production one, is not very good. I don't know, it's weird.
Hold on to the space. They're happy to concede it, give it up, back away for now.
Ideally, this is a round where you want to be fighting before Foxy9 can pick up an ult orb and get into position to use that Rolling Thunder too. So I think that's another reason why it's a great timing to go for an early play like that. Just didn't find anybody. So now it kind of becomes the game of, is Foxy9 allowed to get this ult orb in B main, which it looks like it's going to be uncontested, and then how the SEN play around it. You've got to make it feel like you're on site. You can't just play fully off site. Teams are too good at that kind of stuff. They're just going to walk in. So you still got to apply a little bit of pressure while not getting caught.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2.
He's played up here before, and
just making sure my audio is going through here.
4 seconds blinded though, and he will have to give that one up. Can't offer himself up to take the fight into the 1v1. Foxy9 with a plant. No pushback from it, and now he's earned the ult into the post. It's a nightfall going to be used to try and get
mic check.
Pound for pound to push them.
All right, audio's going through.
From behind, flashback, unaccounted for. Second though, straight back in, and the supplement utility is just perfect. Just missing. Foxy9 alive for now in a 1v2.
Looked the wrong way.
Can't isolate a fight properly.
Oh, that would have been bad.
Able to beam him down, Phantom in hand.
Sentinels low-key almost gave him ones there, but all good.
So far at Champs.
So DRX's idea there was that they were going to get into sight and use the plant to get that Rolling Thunder online, not give SEN as many cues as to where they were on the map and where they were going to be hitting with it. It's even a nice opener to catch TenZ on a high ground position that he normally plays. And yet, SEN are ahead of the game when it comes to ults. As soon as that Rolling Thunder came out, there's a Nightfall, there's their own Rolling Thunder in response, and they collapse, utilizing that pace that the Neon gives you to be able to scale up onto site really quickly.
Are one of the leading teams in terms of retake success. Pretty good at that regard, and I think the Neon, like you said, I mean, just the amount of utility.
We got a tech pause.
That can get into the site, playing off of all that high tempo, the fact that you can just get straight up in there. And headset off, you know what that means?
He just wanted to take a break, his ears were good. Is that what that means?
Sure.
It looks like we've got a bit of a tech pause. Presumably some kind of audio problem.
Yeah.
It's all right. What on earth?
What is happening here?
He's trying to polish Sassy's head. Listen, as a fellow bald guy, I know this bit.
Yeah?
I know this bit.
And Sassy's not giving him anything.
Dude, Sassy's looking like a fresh bowling ball today, though, isn't he? He's got shine out there.
He doesn't need it.
Bald recognizes bald. I've seen
yeah. I'll be there with you soon. Don't worry.
Yeah. We have an audience that a large amount of them are likely to go bald at some point in their life. You laugh it up while you're out there.
But yeah, but it is about 10 years on from them.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've got a lot of time. They can laugh.
Yeah. Enjoy your hairlines while you have them. No need to zoom in on TenZ. I mean, that guy's got a great hairline. Yeah. We've got a little tech pause here, though, but I think this is going to be a particularly bad time for DRX. Yeah. I know, obviously, this hasn't been done intentionally, but DRX are just left in this spot to stew on the fact that they have now let 4 in a row go the way of SEN. And especially when you see like the way that Foxy9 was taking that 1v2, for example, and his aim is all over the place, to be honest.
Anticipating that players would be out, like the crosshair placement so slightly off.
Yeah, and just the aim itself and like the mouse control was a little wonky, to be honest.
What we were talking about, maybe the nerves playing a factor, because this is, you know, despite the fact that you've seen the name DRX at multiple events before, it's a very different roster this year that's turned up to the final international event of the year. You've got essentially the team being led by Mako, Buzz, being pushed into this position as the veterans who have to really pull up the morale when it gets knocked down, which we've seen evidence of. Their opening match for DRX, they got knocked down. That's wishful thinking.
I mean, we might see one.
We might see it.
We
absolutely been good for it.
Listen,
I didn't mean to slander it.
It's cool as well to see the interplay between the rookie players and the veterans on their own team, but also on Sentinels.
Yeah.
Foxy9 looking up to TenZ over the course of his whole career.
That's right.
Because TenZ has been in the game for such a long time, and he was an icon of early Valorant. If anything, he's probably only got more popular as time's gone on.
Right.
But he was much more popular than any other pro at the beginning of the game, and it wasn't close. And so people like Foxy9 who weren't around at the
Sorry if I'm not talking too much, chat. Honestly, waking up
all that he's been able to achieve.
after staying up for like 24 hours, my head is pounding, but it's all good.
Very wholesome interaction that always occurs as well if they do cross paths.
Okay, and I'm taking a look. We're back in the game here, round 7, and Sentinels are 4 stacking over towards A to start this off. You'd be forgiven for thinking that that's the team on the eco taking a gamble, but it's not at all.
It's a kill trip there towards the back of the side, John QT.
A very passive.
Very passive, so he's holding for aggression. But B main control, given up, turned over towards Bane. He's going to try and hold on to that space while the rest of his team looks for picks, looks for opportunities out through mid.
If this cam gets broken, John is going to struggle massively to maintain info in this area.
The all offloaded. Buzz is going to use the overdrive to try and barrel his way in through the side again. We know.
John
Play a full retake. Wow.
To the back now. That's a Hunter's Fury to sub. Bloodburn tripped up though. Caught up. Buzz deals with it nicely. And they've given up full control towards the back of the side. Sentinels. Open space here, but now they want to try and make this retake happen through the market area. This is going to put the pressure on the Mako. Paranoia and the stun. All perfect. Alternating the lanes. Buzz is going to have to play up into their face with the right click. It's going to be rewarded, but not enough for the second kill. Zelsis, a stave off Foxy9 in through the back of the site, up and over as well. Too many targets to overcome, yet still.
Damn.
Foxy9 does himself another one. But against the weaponry, you got to think. Inevitability, potentially.
Nice.
Rattled by flashback.
Wait, Zekken got an ace.
Zekken's ace seals up. Round had just that slightest amount of danger.
Outrageous. A day of firsts here for Zekken.
Well, eco ace, but
in 2024, and also
still an ace.
His first ace of 2024 as well.
Which is wild.
Absolutely bonkers. I mean, he's been a phenomenal player all season. He's only gotten better, actually, as the year's gone on. But he still hasn't had an ace this year. Pulls it out. In a round, actually, where there was some serious danger, too. Sentinel's macro setup had left B completely open. They had to get back in there. And it looked a bit tough. John doesn't have any armor.
Forgot it.
Now, of course, John's going to buy armor. Oh, he does.
Oh, just in time.
Clutch.
Almost falling into the IGL debuff. Through a bit preempted potentially, but it does push DRX away. They don't want anything to do with towards the main extremity. Operator in the hands of Zekken.
Yo, what is going on with the stream today?
Will be feeling that pressure. Needs to be defended as well from the market crunch. DRX have full control of that area of the map. This first shot accuracy.
Oh.
Maintains that composure, doesn't take the shot just from seeing the shoulder. It's still there, but doesn't expect.
No.
The misinformation there for him. John QT still tucked up into the corner.
Oh no, Foxy9.
Already Sentinels have dropped 2 players into the mix. DRX coming out with all the
Saucy gets one, okay. Oh no, the op. Fuck.
Dropped down into main from Briar. Here. The post-line position of DRX. We slow it down into the moment now. Just looks impeccable. Last one.
Damn.
Just Celsius to stand against it, and he's not even able to save that right.
All right.
Scurry away with it. So DRX back in it. Stop the bleeding.
Not just that, they've actually identified the weakness in Sentinel's defensive setup. Yeah, it's only the first rifle round they've put on the board, but they're now figuring out B-main is being given to them mostly for free. Okay, this time Zekken was there with an op. But also Market has got nobody really playing inside of it heavily. They're playing very passive setups over towards the B site. And DRX have just started taking all of that space. So I agree with this decision coming from the Sentinels coaching staff. John QD, sorry, Kaplan, that's the coach.
Yeah, could be John.
Has hit the red button. Yeah. I suppose, it could be
either of them.
But
timeout from Sentinels.
And I think it makes sense, because at this point, DRX have figured out what's going on, and they're starting to vacuum up free space around the map. So if Sentinels have the depth for it, this would be a perfect time to start adjusting things and playing a hard anchor in market. Maybe John plays in that kind of position. Or trying to play Zelsis, Tens, Zekken as a three-man stack to go and take B main control at the start with that one way and the stun and that kind of thing. You know, shift things up a little bit, change that defensive setup, throw the DRX off after they've just got the read on what's happening. When you're in the lead like this, you can afford to take timeouts to try to stay in the lead, and it's going to be a challenge for DRX here to figure out what's adjusted.
All light armors though. If they lose this, Sentinels will be on an eco.
They did try to alternate the setup in some sense just by picking up that operator and giving it to Zekken.
Holding it down through B, because, I mean, DRX were doing a lot of contact plays in through B main, not using too much util.
It wasn't really contacting though, they were breach flashing, they threw a recon, like they were sometimes stunning as well.
Now you're seeing it. Same signs of life.
And this setup designed to try to catch John QD. He backs out of there early on, and Zekken's taking contact in market with his off, hoping that DRX again go for that kind of contacty play through market.
Noise bait idea from DRX, you could see it. Just from the way that Buzz was hopping around, getting the noise bin out. One-way smoke propped up here. We're using the drone.
I like this. You push Sassy off the angle, you make sure that Sentinels do not have info in this side of the map, and then you can go back and re-hit over towards B.
It's Zelsis over.
It's absolutely looked like B has been the favored site for DRX to hit, and I don't expect this round to be an exception to that.
Yeah, do they get players already inserted?
Do they get a free cross on mid? Is Zelsis going to try to contest? Looks like he's not thinking about it currently, but they could walk into the off.
Up, shots in the face, and well, blinded up from somewhere. That's Mako, right? Yeah.
What was that?
Bane just couldn't see a bloody thing there, but now I know at least the operator is back online too. With 30 seconds left.
Bane just like runs straight in through.
Overwhelm this A setup. Assassin's got a stub. Can't quite hit that first shot. Accuracy sees as well as dodge. Duke, but trade inside, at least from Tens. Now backs himself away, retreating to the safety of the site.
Nice shot, Zekken.
DRX attempting to make the most of it, but with only a few seconds to remain, it's all just ran out, ran dry. Have to back away, keep these guns into the next, if they even can. They're being hunted. Zelsis punished though.
That gets Foxy one away from Rolling Thunder. At this point, DRX need big ultimates to get across the line. SEN, good tag timeout. Small adjustment, not a large one like I was suggesting, just a minor adjustment of where the operators played. But a good read that DRX were going to go for another one of those B splits. I think DRX should have adjusted that though. I think, you know, when your opponent's when you just won a round with a B split, and then your opponent takes a tag timeout, I think you should probably be adjusting as well.
Right.
And not just going back into a very similar B split strat. Zekken looking like he wants to take the orb towards B main. It's a difficult area because that's where DRX have been putting most of their early pressure. But this time, the side split, and they force out Paranoia early on. This all a distraction for Mako to slink through.
Oh.
Straight past, hasn't he? Could deliver the blade to the back. Necessary to open up this A defense, but Tens is still holding it down.
Tens gets the kill. Oh, they're double lurk. The A split.
Control of this one. Knives are out, full running away. Mako needs to play for his life. Does he know that Sass is already up onto it, dodging the flash?
No.
Doing the most. Standing up to that challenge and the pressure.
And Zelsis got one, but
had no chance. Head on a swivel, had to look in either direction. Just gambled incorrectly and forcing a save out of
John QT is gonna have to save.
Beautiful set round that DRX have pulled out there. That's the kind of thing that I wish they'd done straight out of the tag timeout when you know that SEN are making adjustments, but nevertheless, a great time to run it here in round 10 as well. All of that A pressure early on, allowing Mako to get a really deep timing. And they even had a second layer of Flashback going for the more conventional lurk timing too.
Yeah.
If Flashback had died there in mid, with that duel he'd taken, it wouldn't have mattered actually too much, because Mako could have still been that knife in the back. And DRX love doing these double lurk strategies. They run those fairly often on bind as well on their attack side, though of course we're not going to see that in the series today. But watch out, because Macro and Flashback can be...
We have Sunset Haven and Icebox. Icebox. I don't know about that one.
Pretty real estate, pretty open for most of the half.
And DRX have not been really exploiting it too much, apart from the round we just watched. They've mostly been trying to hammer through B main, through A main. Haven't worked mid that much.
This is super unfortunate. Saucy lost that.
To focus heavily on the extremities to begin with, trying to loosen up mid, and then grab a couple rounds towards the end of the map, the end of the half. Tens now has the operator, and another 4 stack on A. I'm not sure about this kind of setup. It's leaving B not just weak, but passive. Even if the SEN players rotate over to help John, they're probably still going to have to give up market and B main. They're not going to win these areas back.
Seems to be at least part of the game plan whenever a bit of Rolling Thunder online, or Buzz has the overdrive ready and waiting into his hands, flashes through as well, sent flying as well, but again it's that open sight, shock darts, at least removing one portion of it, and they know where the second trip is. Buzz knows roughly where it is.
Oh, you can't find it.
Go for the plant anyway, now retreating into that ever lovable B main post plant.
Would be a good time for Sentinels to go for some kind of mid push.
This is slow from Sen.
It is.
Against the Rolling Thunder, I feel like it could be some worries, but a nightfall at least gives them peace of mind. They know that nobody's hunkering down onto the side.
Nice, huge.
Down and out. Norofef gives them full information. Rolling Thunder has to be used nice and early here. Paranoia alongside it sees to the feet. Aftershock into the corner. Overdrive.
No, Zekin gets nobody.
Trying to get electric. John QT trying to play himself in, but he's fallen asleep at the wheel, and a few straight bullets. Surely needs to end the life, but it's DRX.
Nice.
They're all gone in the end, but time.
No, no way.
Too slow from Sentinels at the beginning of that.
No time.
They had the right ideas, but they didn't hit the gas pedal early enough. I'm not even sure who gets the credit there for the clutch. The Red Bull clutch on DRX goes to one of the players that was left alive towards the end there. Was that Foxy9? John catches the lure.
Oh, dude, that is ridiculous that Zekin doesn't kill anybody there.
Also, I think Foxy9 does a great job there of picking up Sassy. I think he was right about to get half on the spike. Even then, I think they didn't even have time to get half on it towards the end there.
Ball util was just too strong. DRX is walking in to the B site for most of the time, and now again trying to heavy conditional, at least pull some util out through the A main fight. Have been doing this quite a bit.
Zekin takes the op back. Was on 10s for the previous round. They're putting so much emphasis early on stacking players A on the defense to get somebody posted. It is working. But DRX once more start moving their way towards B main. They're never really worried about taking this part of the map. And it allows them to run these B execs pretty simply.
Yeah. Drones just very far back just in case there is an offer into the B main angle. That's what they're anticipating. Clears most of the space again.
Tens not playing market this time. On the backside spot. It's new for him. Can he anchor?
No.
That's rapid from Buzz. He takes out the star players of Sentinels. No worries, no qualms. Up through mid. Flashback's still going to be opting in to try and play that backstab roll and position. Tucks himself to the corner of the door in his face, and he can hear plenty of footsteps, plenty of rotations.
Dude, this lurk is huge from Flashback.
Angle trains, but he's missed that timing. Still doesn't decide to hold himself up onto it once more. Overdrives here, just to try and get Buzz out of dodge. Smokes up in their faces. This is an unusual position to be playing in, but still with a Rolling Thunder Aftershock. All combined through. Buzz has been unaccounted for, and he's spraying them through. Seltzer's half will not save you. That's a
6-6 half.
Flawless finish to the half. DRX
did a heart.
What a finish for the Korean team here. 3 in a row, 4 out of the last 5. Making those adjustments and recovering beautifully.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, that entry is amazing from one of our best players so far at Champs.
It's been electric between both of these teams as well, and I'm sure it's just going to keep on going even into that second half.
Run.
Oh, come on.
Commercial break.
Trade in any phone in any condition, guaranteed, and get $800 off the new Galaxy Z Fold 6. Only on Verizon.
You know what? While we're on commercial break, chat,
Red Bull gives you
I'll be right back.
Geico can help cover cars, homes, motorcycles, and even accordions.
You sure showed him.
You bet your pickled peppers I did.
Whatever you need, get more with Geico.
Couldn't be looking at a more even half here, 6-6, and yeah, I mean these teams going blow for blow as well. Lovely adjustments by DRX, I think, as well, spotting out some of the weaknesses in terms of Sentinel setups and what they were running themselves, just enough to be able to make it that much more competitive.
The players that I'm watching heading into the next half, it's that big duelist matchup, Zekken and Buzz. We just saw in the final round Buzz hit an unbelievable entry.
Oh yeah.
And he's been fantastic. The last month from Buzz has been unbelievable in terms of his form. Zekken continues to be a top 5 duelist in the world, in my opinion. And we're getting to see him on Neon today. What's the value difference between these two players? DRX start out with a triple stack, looking to try to control mid. Broken by that one smoke that tens places. Looks like they're going for a re-clear. Yeah,
I think that was the goal as well from SEN. They sent out the Paranoia, but no, or at least the Prowler, I should say. Here's the second one. Mako spots it and players, so he needs to give up that space now, back away, play the rest of his team in, of which they have arrived. And so this might just be a bit of a skirmish and a scramble now, and a scrap here with the util, blinded up second, spamming away, praying with the ghost in hand, still returns with a 2, up from the side. Buzz is definitely dealing out, and dishing back that action straight at them. John Tito shuts him down, gliding round, flashback. Doesn't quite dodge the flash in time, and he has got a lot to do in this spot. 2 to overcome, and it's a little bit too much at that.
SEN respond with a pistol of their own, bringing them into the lead again in this opening map. Really nicely played one too. The pathing from Zekken, I like it. The follow-up on the Paranoia is great, and then also in this position, he's defended from A-Link. That cover stops him from being shot while he can focus on players in backside, and John trades people out in this round very nicely. Buzz needed to hit another world-class shot in order to win that one, and just couldn't quite find it in the moment. Pistols like that could end up making all the difference. Here you see a more traditional position from Flashback. Notice at the beginning of this round, the way that he was throwing the cam into B main early on. These cams, the one that's just above Zekken's head, these have huge value. That's why he's trying to break it in this moment as well. But we didn't really see John go for that. John was sitting really passive, so he didn't get caught by early round util. Flashback's willing to take the risk. We'll have to see if SEN can punish it once rifles come online in later rounds.
DRX going to be late to the party here, still holding for that util just in case there was a player catching that contact. Tens might be the mark that they were looking for still. He's got that rifle well trained, and the rest of his team in position, taking that space.
All right, chat, I'm back.
Aggression just punished almost immediately.
It looks like Sentinel's one pistol.
Nice
looks like
idea.
it's going to be a very easy eco.
Buzz got caught by a flash just as he was looking to try to take the fight. And here's the final player on DRX, caught, taken down. Clean.
Nice.
All of these weapons carried forward. Tens is going to be able to drop that Vandal and buy another one. So they should have plenty of damage in terms of their arsenal heading into round 3. Can SEN put together another bonus round? I say another. They haven't had one in this match yet, but against Gen G, 4 out of 4 bonus rounds converted.
It's insanity. You know, even the most consistent teams in the world don't really get them with that much. I mean,
Not at
every single one available, they just grasp. Now, see if they can do it again against DRX, the lone hometown heroes.
Not trying to run an early play there to punish Flashback.
Haven't cleared the cam either. Trip was a little bit too high, but does get broken in the end by that aftershock. And again, free reign over towards the side at second. It's already making sure to lead that one for his team. Very much the spearhead. Paranoia's Be used, gliding its way out to push back some of these players as well, but time has been bought. Plan only just going down. Here's a fault line. Might be that punish in sight, not quite. In through the back though, not anticipating it. Zekken! Beaming them all down.
Ooh, Zekken got two. Okay.
Evened out. 3 versus 3. Rifles in a few hands as well. Yeah. Tens. Pixel angle. Full confidence in his own aim. The paranoia just missing, sliding straight past Mako.
No.
Defusing. Needs to be spammed down. Few taps of the bullet stroke. UT cannot find him.
Bro, move your crosshair, John.
Stays alive at least towards the end, but DRX essentially stealing it.
SEN got themselves into a post plan there. It was winnable, but they've also done really solid damage in the DRX. DRX actually might even have to take an eco after this. Zekken got more weapons than you would expect. Yes, straight out good. I like the idea of throwing a script actually from the big 18 as well. So the post plan is
That's wild. Sun gets, or Tens gets spammed there. That's super unlucky.
3 Guardians out to play. The economic damage coming out of that bonus is pretty huge.
Very much pulling over towards the scraps. Now to double face over towards Buzz. He just cannot stand his ground against it. Mako willing to square up, but the aftershock out and away with a Prowler. Now the fault line. You can see the layers of the util is just a little bit too good.
No.
To win that fight out. Toxi9 delivers a death blow, at least with a few stray bullets once more. And this is putting an immense amount of pressure in through the back of the site. Dart needs to try and help out these players and push them back once more. Foxy9 with the aftershock. It is good. Sees now through the back once more. SEN.
Come on, John.
Targets potentially there. It's a rich environment. Sassy. Creeping, hopping over, watched by Bane, can't win it. Damage.
Nice.
Fire onto the corner, immaculate. In the motion, 2v2. Bullets still remaining. Sassy can make a play with it, but opting to back away and go for the reload.
Tens has spike.
Now they're going for the refight. Tens does have the spike. The Haunt maybe went a little bit deeper. I think they would have gone for this one, but they got to watch every angle just in case. Flashbacks lurking. Through behind, Tens now planting in for that backside control.
Nobody's looking at market. This is not good. Nobody's looking market. Oh, Tens, don't give ones.
Bullets exchange through the walls. No kills yet, but
oh.
skewered in place. That's Sassy.
Wait, I didn't realize flashback was so weak.
I don't think he even realized that second player was there. You saw him flick his crosshair away and then double take. Wait, did I just win the round?
Yeah.
All of that prior damage done. The Guardians were actually still hitting though for DRX. 3 kills, all coming from the Guardians in that round. Nice reposition towards the end from Tens. You saw that?
Yeah, he did. Definitely looked away. I mean, listen, better lucky than good.
Guys, we need to dumb this down.
Okay, we're not going to hear the exact strat, but prep for something dumb coming up. Now, I think what he means by that is keep it simple, right? Not necessarily stupid, but just go for the execs. They're not able to hold on. Fall back into some classic B post plants as long as they don't have, massive ults to be able to work with. And that's what Sentinels have gone for. They've already done massive eco damage across their bonus, and now following up in round 16.
Yeah, I got the Zekken.
Making sure that they can use some of that util. Here's an overdrive offload.
Wait, nice kill. That's huge, even though Zekken's won.
And just opted to use that one themselves. Just hearing these. Oh, what is that?
Wait, how'd he get 2 with the shot?
Needs to be defended, but the bullet spam again. Right in through the smoke, just finding all sorts of targets, but just Bane
nice.
Despite the heroics, and not enough to do it. Be able to get some damage, and it is nice with a 4-piece to finish. But still another round.
Alright, well, fuck it, we got the round. You know what I mean?
I could not tell you how Bane's managed to get a 4K in that round. Where did the shock dart come from?
I have no idea.
How was there so much follow-up?
Where did the shock dart come from?
That. Alright, but as you say, fairly irrelevant when all things are down. Take a look here in the replay and see what happens. 1 HP they're brought down to. So just a huge amount of damage from Buzz's ult. Followed up with a shock dart. Okay, but as I say, somewhat irrelevant at the end of the day because Sentinel's economy is flourishing, and now we get the rifle round. SEN, oh, that's missed.
Yeah, that's supposed to land onto the wire.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter too much. Again, wasn't clearing out any positions that Haunt didn't.
SEN still with full control. Over towards mid. DRX looking to at least contain it. Got a crossfire setup, at least they did. It's now just down to Buzz. He's the one who's got to hold this one down. I might be calling for some backup here. Zekken squares up, faces the challenge. Buzz is dropped in that head-to-head.
What an electric entry.
Give me a corpse.
Page up top. In the face, John QT is
exactly.
desperately hunting for an
Whoa.
is precarious, but barely escapes of his life. 3 straight bullets not enough. Not a nightfall. Up and around Bane. Taking a peek, swinging wide.
No.
Does win it now against Sassy. Flashes again. Overwhelming out through the back. This is Bane still helping him out. Dart up and over. It's going to be broken in the end.
No way. Zekken gets 2 there.
This right now is an absolute menace.
What a timing on the trade. Oh my
Not bringing it over the line.
god, that was a scrappy ass round.
These rounds are coming down to the wire. Sentinels trying to control the chaos. You heard it from Zelsis earlier on. Trying to keep things simple, and yet there's multi-kills going all over the place. Bane followed up from his success on the eco by being able to get a couple there that were massive, and Foxy9 almost managed to accomplish the impossible. But it's Zelsis who stands strong, and Zekken delivering far more than should be asked of him so many times.
We did it, baby.
You can feel that, man, the vibes. Flourishing for Sen.
And another eco for DRX. Their economy's been a massive problem for them on the defense side.
In shambles.
Ever since kind of snowballing off that bonus, which DRX did manage to actually prevent Sen from winning that round, but at what cost? They've just never been able to get their eco online since.
Taking too much of a knock. That pressure out over towards A as well, DRX. As we've been saying, the economy's not good for them right now into this round. They want to shore up the A site with bodies. Praying it might be enough for them, but okay, and it actually is still. Shots rattled from the Sheriff.
1 for 1. Oh my god, that was scary.
They want nothing to do with it now. Too many signs of life from the DRX players. And they've realized it entirely. Flashback, desperately trying to retreat and try and shore up the defense over towards B, but John QT's already snuck his way in there.
They already know where all 4 players are. They know that there's nobody on the B site, and John, he has to not over-push this. If he gives it away, it's disastrous for Sen.
Doesn't want to give away the gun here. Still in through. It's going to be ults committed. DRX, a Hail Mary is called and asked for, answered.
No.
Dynamic as a duo.
Tens is fucking 1. Yeah, brother, that ain't gonna happen.
He can pick the spike up.
They're trying to stack it. 3 bodies. Is it going to be enough?
Wow. No way.
What a sick play. God, we've been waiting for one of those for so long.
Alright, to be fair though, Tens didn't like do it directly on the thing, and that's because he thought he could just grab it. But because of where it went down, it makes it so hard to grab.
It feels like in terms of the decision making.
And it's all very rapid, right? The tempo of this game has gone up dramatically. If Zelsis wanted to try to simplify things a little, it might be beneficial to run some
What a
slower
shot.
rounds. But with the Neon in the mix and the way that Zekken is trying to entry by just knocking his head through brick walls, it feels like Sen are always playing a high tempo, and then DRX are matching them.
As we saw, that wrist does pay off for DRX, but now Sen, they go full throttle and already catching kills. Reveal up through the back, Foxy9. Potentially no longer.
No, he's blind. Fuck.
Follow-up damage as Sassy. Running gun. Here but Bane.
Oh my god, Bane's already through though.
There's a kill for the trade. Buzzes straight back and through. Tense up and over. Drop in, and now it is getting messy. Dark has to be dealt with. It's just in time. They'll reveal onto these players, but still anchoring strong. Bane needs to lock and hold it down.
Hold on, Tens. This is mad winnable.
Tens. In that 1v2, he knows the drone is coming forward.
No, fuck.
Has his teammates back.
We are fully in the mud already today. These rounds are absolutely bonkers. A timeout call for Sentinels, and I think it's the right decision to go for.
It's got to be a slap on the wrist, I think.
Honestly, the fast play, it worked. It's a cool strat. The Haunt got big value. Zekken's entry was marvelous too. Buzz overheated there.
Yep.
It all just came down to these 2 frags from Bane. Being able to stop John QT and Zelsis trading that out over towards A-Link defines the round, but even though the high tempo scrappiness is not necessarily causing the problem, or is the problem for Sentinels, I think just slowing the pace down a little here would be beneficial, honestly, for both teams to try to grasp some sense out of this match again.
Yeah, I I was all too ready to praise, I think, both of these teams for being quite smart in their play. It's high tempo, but they were taking pauses at the right time and making sure it was all synced up whenever they did make an aggressive play. That last round threw it out the window a little bit. That tells me that as it gets closer and closer to that finish line, that 13th round for either of these squads, it's getting a bit more frantic, which is probably why we are seeing this SEN timeout here. You are right, slowing it down, Josh. Might be the right call to be made. If you want to keep it simple, you can definitely do that with a nice slow default off the rip if you are Sentinels.
Zekken might be feeling like he's got a hot hand here and trying to increase the pace just for himself. 22 kills across 20 rounds right now. Clearly the top fragger in the map.
Set the stage nicely for Sentinels to get a lot of these rounds here. Still holding on to the lead of 2. Their own map pick.
Buzz looking to try to contest over towards B. Spots out Zekken, decides not to. Trip broken. See a lot of these Sovas have great lineups like that. It only matters really though if you're going to go for that mid-round mid-push or late-round mid-push.
All grouped up through B main by SEN, but second-guessing themselves.
They haven't gone for the ult orb onto Zelsis. Perhaps hoping that they can get that post-plant ult orb up. Just by Zelsis driving the spike into the ground. It's slow from SEN. I mean, I think this is absolutely what Kaplan's told them to do, is slow the pace down. But at this point, they're not really accomplishing too much because they haven't taken any elbow control or pushed Mako off his line. They do have B main and mid, so it's not completely passive from Sentinels yet, but hard to see where they're looking to end unless this is a B split.
It's pings for a smoke out through market, so I think it will be that B split that you were talking about.
But now Sassy...
The trouble is, it's too little Utah. It just feels like a fake, and I think that DRX know this one. They're still going to be holding it down. 3 players now anchoring over towards the B side. The camera catching that contact, so they know the players taking up residence out through market and now in through the site. It's all about how they deal with this one. Beautiful stun. That's Buzz trying to make the most.
No. Oh, it's a slaughter.
Spam through. 1 out. That's 5 alive. A flawless finish, and it brings DRX up to 10. Now 1 step away from equalizing.
Sick awareness from Bane as well, knowing that they wouldn't use the...
Come on, SEN. We need to win this map, please.
DRX crossfires, though, clearly enough to be able to deal with this. And I think you're dead right, Ren. I don't think that SEN had put enough pressure over towards A to drag the rotates and make that winnable for them. And while we were talking about the DRX economy being a problem, the whole third quarter, now Sentinels are finding themselves in this loop of rifle round, eco round, rifle round, eco round. They need a big play here, either an individual or a strat to pull out that can right
They need some wins on the board, man.
Very strong comeback on defense.
It's our first game of playoffs, of course, but that's what everybody's set their sights on to. Early days still so far. Essentially that midway point of the tournament. Mako is going to be challenged here. A lot to be asked of him, but I think with the fault line connecting, he's just going to be using CPs to get the hell out of there. Yep. Damage done, spraying away.
Fuck,
just coming
man.
Enough for him to stay alive here. Rolling Thunder, though, it is committed, and this is an abundance of util. Going to be used.
Bro, no way he gets that kill. And nobody went through short? You're trolling me.
Supplement the defense. These players have not been dealt with. Tens.
Oh no, man.
As well, even when he was trying to control his aim down.
It's gonna be tied up.
Smoke's dissipating, open angles, and the spike in the middle of nowhere. With no weaponry really to speak of here for SEN.
Yeah, GG's.
Short. DRX have maintained control. And the 4 players
At least on this round.
I've got to credit this round win to the one who died. That shot from Mako was...
Dude, how did Mako hit that shot, man?
He got hit by the breach ultimate. And you might think that's a huge investment for Sentinels. Clearly a mistake based on them losing the round. But they had an opportunity here to clean up Mako, clean up Foxy9 until that happened. Shot in the back of the head, putting down Zekken. How has he done that? I mean, he's stunned up. I guess it's just a cosmetic stun. That's got to be a tilter. The SEN invested a big ult into that. They'd like it back at 11-11.
This round is so damn important now. The money stretched thin, really, for SEN. At this point, as we've already said, it's 11-11 DRX.
Sentinels need to win this round, otherwise this could be getting away from them.
The regulation of this map stuns.
Wow, he went right under the trip.
Yeah, he's just got straight past that one, but it does just chew up and tag up onto John
No,
QT. He's
man.
down to the kill trip as well. It's revealed all of them. Down, up and over. Buzz will fall and drop in the end, but Bane is right back at him, able to help him out with the trade.
2v4? Oh, fuck, man.
It's all just gone to pot right now for SEN. Tagged up 10s. Doesn't stand a chance there. TPs to try and at least obfuscate where he might be going, but it's tag still in his face. Dodging the flash.
Bro, fuck, man. We lost.
DRX now. Just need to take that one more step.
DRX's defense on B is so much more effective than what we saw from Sentinels when the sides were swapped. The cages, the trips, all finding value, allowing them to play for backside control, and the flood that comes in from the rest of DRX to support onto flashback is fantastic. SEN can't really get through. They're trying to break the trips, but they still get caught by both of them, and they're never taking backside. Can SEN pull out something to get us into OT here?
Low-key, I think I would have preferred Saucy on Sova here, because, like,
No kills.
if you're gonna run the
Good info, but
Neon, there's no point in having Fade, really.
It's the benefit of being rich.
there are many benefits to being rich.
Oh, of course. We won't get into it. Smoked up though, through the face. Buzz is still gonna try and be rooted to that spot here, mid-exploration. Needs to be value from this from Sentinels as well. To Crossfire.
This cross is so gross, man.
A little bit, no, just looks away.
They got two on the... Oh, fuck. And SEN... Oh, it's... Oh, that might be GG's, man. Unless Saucy hits like a miracle play here, but... That's gonna be a GG's.
Back from the brink, there's 40 seconds left in the round, which is some time to work with, but again, they don't have the players and not even really the weaponry at it. Walking their way through its contact plays to see if they can get themselves in for the front of the site. Celsius sticking, sees denied.
Big kills, wait.
Bane's also dropped in the process.
No.
They're doing it.
Wait, I don't know why. I thought that was John QT. Hold up. Hold up.
This was a 5v3. It's crumbled away from them. Foxy9, the player who managed to get those two openers.
2v3. We just need to win this post. Please, Sentinels.
How do you crack into this B main post?
Aftershock still for Celsius 2. Time pressure is mounting. You can already hear it. The spike is ticking. Foxy9, straight flash, but he needs to get half, and he needs it now.
The stick.
That's the only win con. Foxy9, he's got it at least. But
Spam! 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 Oh my god.
Overtime.
Holy fuck, man. Sentinels, you make me so fucking nervous, bro.
That is the miracle that Sentinels were looking for. 5 rounds lost in a row. A 3v5, losing your two hottest fraggers. And John has recovered it off the back of Sassy's support. A kill, a nightfall, John pushing into backside. And they've somehow pushed things to overtime.
Insanity.
SEN now get a chance on their defense. The Science.
Holy fuck.
SEN were playing super passively over towards B. They stacked 4 players A in a lot of the rounds. They're not changing things too heavily up here. Still 3 players defending over towards the A side. John set up slightly further forwards.
This is so nerve-wracking.
Just towards the tail end, I think.
They're doing this 3A again.
Spotted that mid was the weakness in the setups for Sentinels.
They also thought, though, that market was the weakness.
Shot that through. Wall up and over. That's a paranoia to help Buzz out as well. He's going to be trying to make this play happen. Stuns, ricocheting. John QT can still hold his ground, but he's being swapped.
No, bro.
Rapid onto it, but Buzz has been cleaned up through the back of the site. 10s is no more.
Fuck, bro.
4v3 for DRX. Don't know where Buzz was going, but his team's still at a player advantage. If they get this, Foxy's 1 away from his Rolling Thunder. It's a hard enough retake to pull off anyway, even without the breach ult.
DRX are fully aware. Just have to play their live. The util is avoided. The TP by Mako is cheeky if he opts in. Fakes it. Tap from Zekken. No full committal. They're scared of the mid flank. Fault Nine's there.
No.
Snap back. An adjustment from Bane with the rifle in hand. Dropping
Flashbacks on alert too.
already. That time and now the mid lurk. It's what they were anticipating, expecting. They know that nobody's on it. DRX should have done this. Into that 1v1. Circle shrinking. Sassy forced to stick. And flashback.
Dude, he has to stick there. He has to get half.
Slam dunk finish.
DRX have
Fucking Christ, man. How do they keep finding John QT, like, out of position?
The way that John is playing around mid and market, he's not aware of these timings. He either needs more support.
And yeah, what was Tens doing, bro? Why didn't Tens hold his market at all?
And a beautiful identification of the holes once more in Sentinel's defensive setup. DRX have found the answer, at least to get things, to have an opportunity to win the map. As yet to close out.
We need this map, brother. We need it. We need it very badly.
Sentinels to put one on the board on their attack side.
Flash clearing. Celsius going to be vacuuming up the orb. Slow and steady though. Might be leaving.
I want to see this A pressure, bro. It's just Mako. Like, please.
Over towards the A site.
If we can catch Mako off guard here, like...
Mid wanted to break it as well, to threaten like his team was taking mid control.
But we're so fucking scared of a one-way, bruh.
Set up for a B split here from DRX's point of view. Of course, the intention.
The jump, bro. Oh my god, just give it away, why don't you?
Hearing most of this one, even sent the stun flying, a little bit of a precaution there from Foxy 9. The trouble with the A side is as well, you have to kind of take it into these two waves. DRX, they have the defenders. Final bastion of players as well. They're going to cement themselves to the spot as well, but it's fakes on fakes because guess what? Tens, he didn't give up B main control this entire time.
DRX have heard them leaving, but Buzz, I don't think fully confirmed that.
Haunt over. Bit of peace of mind here for SEN. They're going to be trying to make their moves now out through market again. It's just fakes on fakes, but I think this is just indecision, hesitancy. Rearing his head for Sentinels. You have to make a play in. I mean, DRX is still in position.
Dude.
Put you down. Follow through with the rifles in hands as well. It has to be mechanical ability. You're down to 12 seconds. There's still these players holding tight, close up, cutting them up, trading on sight.
2v2, 2v2.
Praying away. Time has to be stuck in tent. He holds it
1v2. And he's low. Nice.
No more, no long. That's 13.
Oh my god. This is a scrappy fucking game.
SEN look completely scrambled. These attack rounds that they've put together in round 24 and 26 are nothing short of miraculous. They shouldn't be getting them across the line. When you're running in with only 15 seconds left into a stacked A site, DRX should be able to come out on top of that, and yet the SEN, I don't know, the SEN rifling mostly, being able to come out on top. The trading was decent, but I don't think they're going to be able to put together rounds like that too often. It feels absurd that they've managed to.
Yeah, it's just not consistent.
No, stack mid.
From Sentinels though. Opted into that B main control, at least early on. Use the smokes as well to hold them.
I don't like how close. I don't like this.
And here's a skirmish. Celsius posture to push back, at least traded into play.
Okay, Zekin got one.
Bullet at least through Foxy 9. He might have done enough to play Tens. Back in.
Nice, Tens.
Buzz didn't stand a chance. Gives Tens that perfect time with the reposition out wide. Foxy 9.
Okay.
Cannot adjust it in time. Down to that 1v2.
1v2. Don't give him ones, please, for the love of God.
Opportunities, but the C's, no connection. Just out of range, doubled up, send the rifling, surely.
No. Oh my god, thank you, Saucy. Holy fuck, man.
What a time. He's been struggling towards the bottom of the scoreboard this map after an amazing Champions. He's managed to put his team up to their first map point. DRX are going to take attack timeout. That was a very different defense setup. I've been talking about the fact that SEN need to change up their defensive
Gustavo, let's go!
This time, they put Zekin and Celsius hard anchoring inside.
Timeout DRX.
Basically the whole map. And then Tens is
that's their one timeout they get on overtime.
The other side, a massive difference in the defensive setup that caught DRX completely off guard.
DRX forced to call a timeout at this point, though, when it comes to OT as well, all that prior conditioning. I mean, you can tell DRX are working off the prior information during the regular time. The fact that market area, there was a hole for the Sentinels defense, but they shored it up. And at this point, playbooks start to go out the window, conditioning starts to go out the window. Sometimes it just comes down to who can grasp it here and now.
And I'll tell you,
presents itself.
In these big rounds late on, it's been Sentinels who have been grasping those opportunities. I've been talking about the rounds as miracles, but they're also scrappy, chaotic moments where the players with
I think they're going to go for a hard A.
On top. And if you want to frame it that way, you're absolutely welcome to, because I think SEN have been able to drag close situations across the line from round 24 onwards.
And honestly, I think A is the better site for John QT to hold. I think he's more comfortable on it. He likes his setup much more.
Go of OT. For the first time in this map.
Oh wait, fuck, I'm stupid, bro. I thought Sentinels were on defense.
Also claimed an empty site.
Yeah, spam though, sprayed. That's Mako.
Wait, Mako got one?
Instinct on display there with that kill. Stray bullets and spam only just connecting now to Sassy, spotting them out. Trips are going to be broken, but plan at least down. And now might be that second wave of things. It's a Prowler stun into the corner, looking to lay claim to the life of one of these DRX
Tens has got to go big here.
Flowing through, C is going to be used in kind as well, pushing them back still. Player disadvantage here for SEN. A lot's going to be asked of them. One way into their face. Sassy stands his ground, stalwart defender, rips them apart now, out through, and Mako just cannot withstand this. Flashback, and Bane dropped down.
Nice!
Into the single digits, and Bane.
Oh my god, how did dude, the hold on Sentinels, that was beautiful.
That experience.
Oh, we needed that map, hella.
What performance, what tenacity from SEN. Winning the majority of those really close, scrappy rounds towards the end bodes well for them in the rest of this match.
It does, certainly does as well, but it just about take away their map pick. Up next, Haven. Don't go anywhere.
Haven. Dude, I don't know, bro. That's gonna be interesting. I haven't seen DRX play on Haven, so I don't know what their Haven is looking like. And on top of that, the Sentinels are very good on Haven, but it's usually on defense. They don't really stand out too much on their attack, but their defense retakes on Haven have always been like a #1 priority. Especially on A site, so I don't know, that could go either way. But real quickly, chat, while the ads are playing, I gotta go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
The more matches you own, the more games you own, the more you're in a league of your own. You're not only one step closer to owning this and this. You're one step closer to owning the future.
We're starting our descent into Surmaja International Airport.
And being remembered forever.
Looking for what comes next? For that moment when everything finally...
1 minute!
Whichever path you choose, it starts here.
guys, GB down here with Coach Kaplan. Coach, congratulations on a hard-fought victory. Question on everyone's mind is, because I remember asking Zekin at the beginning of Americas, will we see you play Neon? He gave me a little coy answer, and he finally did today. Was this a pocket strategy you guys have held on throughout the season, or was this something you're like, screw it, let's just bust it out now?
It's definitely something we've worked on. I mean, we bounce around with different things, and we have a few options, and we're feeling pretty comfortable this tournament, just surprising people and jumping for it, and he was confident whipping out the Neon. So, yeah, he did a really good job with it.
Yeah, no, it definitely paid off. How's your blood pressure right now after that OT?
Really high, but I try not to show the players because I need them to stay calm.
I respect that, brother. I respect that. Back to y'all.
Fantastic insight there from Coach Kaplan. And let's take a look at how Zekin dominated on that map, on that Neon in the Verizon high-speed moment. He talked about how they prepared to surprise people. Was it a good surprise?
I think it was. I mean, we saw Zekin play earlier in his career some of this agent, but this is the first time this year he's committed to playing on the Neon. And I think, well, there were some moments that got sloppy. Overall, Sentinels had a lot of good ideas cooked up around this Neon. They had a lot of specific ideas on the attacking side for these really fast-paced site executes built around what he can do. And I think he looked really comfortable on the agent individually.
I think that sometimes there were some mistakes in positioning, maybe going too aggressive, but I think that it is justified because of the ecosystem and everything that was around it. I think that the plan was also very, very different, but we can see it in the stats right now.
All right,
Zekin
chat.
had a very, very good map. Even though the
I'm
score
back.
is like this, Buzz did diff Zekin. They ended up 8-3, so we're gonna give him that. He did deal with him.
Absolutely, and on the defensive side, I think you saw a lot of the value too from this Neon for Sentinels. Those really meant that Zekin was almost always in the right place at the right time, which I think was especially important because Sen was playing a lot of these rounds where they had one really heavy strong side and had like a solo anchor having to do a lot on the other.
Yeah, let's talk about that attack side as well, because as soon as the side switched, the fact that Sentinels were able to build up such a great lead right off the bat gave them a great shot of winning this map.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that also DRX woke up a lot in the second half. We saw a Buzz that was a lot more in the game, and especially going into the next one, that is something that we need to happen from the beginning. It got to an overtime, but the plan at the end, and how calm were Sentinels in this kind of situations where things are not going the way, the round is not looking like yours, and then you win a 3v5.
When this team lifted the trophy in Madrid, I think the biggest talking point was about how good the team play was and how quickly they reacted to what their opponent was doing. I think that dropped off at times, not finding the right rotations, the right call in the mid-round when they were struggling in Stage 1 and to an extent in Stage 2 of Americas as well. But now here I think we see them back in form, calling the right pauses in the mid-round to group up and go for this fight, constantly having the right reactions.
And everybody thought Sentinels were going to go out in group stage.
Was really close, where DRX was really pushing them, which is so huge for the Sentinel squad to be back in form.
Honestly, I would take it one step further than just pushing them. If I were DRX, I would be distraught to throw away that 5v3 lead, Kakuka, when they could have just ended that map and gone 1-0 up into Haven.
I think that anybody that watches back that round, and we were commenting it on the green room, it really looked like they thought it was done. It's a 3v5, it's a 5v3, we have this is over, we can go into the next one. We managed to bring it back, and it's actually that resilience and actually Sentinels always thinking about the answer to that specific situation that took him that far. We knew that this was going to be a very close encounter, so I'm happy that we got the OT.
Yeah, and let's take it back and send it to Golden Boy once again and see what Coach Termy had to say ahead of map 2.
Hey everyone, here with Coach Termy as well as Jen for translations. Coach, hard-fought game there in map 1. What are you telling the boys, and how confident are you going in to map 2? But what are you telling the players to help them with their confidence going into that map?
센티넬과 접전을 펼쳤던 1세트였는데요. 분명히 DRX도 강점을 많이 보여준 것 같고 좋은 경기력을 보여준 것 같습니다. 일단 선수들이 헤이븐을 앞두고 자신감은 어느 정도인지도 궁금하고, 그리고 좀 감독님께서는 선수들에게 어떤 얘기를 해주셨는지 궁금합니다.
일단 선셋 같은 경우는 저희가 경기를 치르면서 조금 더 침착했더라면 이길 수 있는 경기였다고 생각을 하고, 당연히 첫 세트가 끝나고 나서는 선수들에게 조금 더 침착하자는 얘기를 했었고요. 헤이븐은 저희가 준비하는 과정에서 충분히 자신 있을 정도로 올려놨고,
I know he said something about Haven. I heard that.
Well, in terms of Sunset, I feel like it could have gone our way if we stayed calm. So I told the players to stay more calm and collected, relax a little bit, take it slow. And when it comes to Haven, it's a map that we've heavily prepped, and we're really, really confident in how strong it is. So it's going to be a good map for us, for sure.
All right, well, we're looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Coach. Back to you guys.
Well, thank you very much, GB and Coach Termy. This is the thing, they have to be confident going to the next one because this is their map pick.
They do, and what he said in that interview, I think, is worrying to an extent about some of that confidence being a bit of a struggle on map 1, because the last time we saw DRX play Haven was their debut map versus Crew, where this team look out of sorts.
Just say bad.
Yeah, bad. They were great in Pacific here, and they got crushed by Crew. And I think it was all about the mental.
That is
of the
true.
rookie players showing up on this stage and not having it on that map 1. They did bounce back, but now they only have one map to stay alive there.
Yeah, and this is their map pick. It's not that it has crushed their confidence. Definitely, you have not exposed anything that you had ready on that map because it was a 13-2. You wanted to surprise. We were thinking, why is the Abyss not the pick here? Is it because of the read that Sentinels might have onto you? Because you're going completely blind into what they can do. Now you can only focus on this Haven, and
Zekin's going back on the Neon.
Double Neon, I like this, but this is still a risky pick, right? DRX, they even banned it the last time against Fnatic.
I love these Neon looks, though. We've seen other teams in Americas playing it, so I'm sure Sentinels has faced this comp in scrims. On the attack side, you can beat the pace of a lot of these lobby control ideas that DRX loves to show. Zekin is fantastic individually on this agent, and this is also likely going to throw off some of the prep for this Korean squad.
Yeah, there's going to be, of course, a lot of action on A. I think that this
Interesting.
has a lot of resemblance with the Crew match, because one of the pivotal points for them not being able to do almost anything in the map was Kesnit playing on that Neon. If they are able to replicate that, this could be a 2-0 for Sentinel.
Sen crushed Genji to even make it to the playoffs, and now throwing a spanner in the works in map 2 against DRX here. They could take down both Korean squads and move on.
All right, over to you, Brian and Sideshow. Have fun.
Definitely looks like it's going to be a series that I think delivers on multiple levels here, because as well, I mean, all this talk about a map pool as well, it's weird that we've landed at Haven as a map, considering both of these teams haven't been confident in the past, but in DRX's case, they did get run over, as the desk was mentioning, by Kesnit on the Neon. They just absolutely steamrolled them.
Yeah, I'm thinking to Termy's interview that he just gave there with Golden Boy and Jen, and he was gassing up the fact that they're super confident on Haven. They banned it recently. They got destroyed by Crew. Abyss was the obvious pick here, but it looks like they were scared that Sen had it as a trap. Sen have never shown it. So now we get this clash. And DRX will be hoping that that Neon pick for Zekin doesn't end up doing the same stuff that Kesnit did.
It's a counter with the fault line as well. Attempted to punish that one.
Heavy A control.
That is the goal, just to try and push back that impact.
Looks like we're going into it.
Stuns, ricocheting, rebounding. The smoke's already propped up into the faces.
Nice.
That's still good for it. They're going to try and dominate these smokes.
Nice. Oh, but the trades.
But it comes down to just Mako 1v2.
1v2. Just swing together. Hold each other's hands. Swing together.
Set up tens. Round, hopping, skipping, looking for the easiest. Fights here. Isolated.
He's won.
He's still alive.
And Zelsis is leaving.
Scurries away. Doesn't want any part of that fight there, not when it just goes all topsy-turvy.
Mako is going on the long flank around as well. This could actually come down to who just gets the jump on the other. A pure timings game, a read of where somebody might end up being. But this pathing is so unusual. It's going to be weird for both players in this spot.
Zelsis is going to be feeling uncertainty.
Where the fuck is Mako going?
He's gone around the world, around the map at this point, trying to play into the unexpected nature.
Zelsis, he's fucking won.
Just sets his side onto it, but he reveals his hand early. Smoke, it's dropped down, 21 health. Again, straight bullets. Could just cause it. Defeat in the moment for the pistol. Mako would have to be that 3Bs!
Zelsis! Bro! What the fuck was that?
Here for DRX.
Less than 2 seconds available.
We don't just spam?
Makes it across the line. I've got to think that Zelsis didn't understand how weak Mako was in that spot. Didn't see exactly who done damage to Mako over the course of the round. But if Zelsis had landed a couple bullets himself, he wouldn't have that info relayed to him by the rest of the team. I guess with these kind of jump shots, he just isn't confident to know that only 21 health remains on the IGL for DRX.
No fucking way, man.
And Mako's done so. Red Bull clutch pulls
Ah, Zelsis, why the fuck are we walking into a smoke like that, though? Like he's gonna be sticking. Oh my god. Fucking Outlaw, dude. I fucking hate the Outlaw so much.
Range headshot with the Outlaw.
There's a lot that could go wrong.
Zekken did manage to get the better end of Buzz on Sunset. I mean, just outperforming, outvaluing. But Buzz has been outrageously good so far. The last month, it's been bonkers from him.
Yeah, top-notch form. I mean, looking like one of the best players in the world heading into the event.
Yeah. I mean, 1 KPR versus Fnatic on map 1, 1.2 KPR on map 2. He wiped them away. If you allow Buzz to get rolling...
Sassy doesn't have any shocks. Unfortunate.
On this defense side, he's going to get tough for SEN. Very tough.
He's already building up to it with that Outlaw. Definitely feel it, but
also quite a lot of respect given.
Well, that's a big fake.
Not having anybody that just keeps the pistol into this round. So these are going to be the weapons they keep to the bonus.
Yeah, with that investment. Let's TP's up over the top here. Tens has potentially found himself a slight gap, but no, players are just weaving in and out and around him. Will be able to get away with a gun, not quite.
Damn.
So Foxy9 puts him in his place.
Sassy going around the world as well.
No. Fuck, dude. Not a good start from Sentinels, bro. Ah, I wish Zelsis won that pistol, bro.
Otherwise, a bonus that's got some bite.
That was so winnable, too. I don't, like, why did Zelsis just walk in on that smoke like that?
I was about to say, it's tough to know who should be expected to be a favorite in this map.
Right.
DRX have been better if you look at what they've done on Haven all year, but recently, that game against Crew just sticks in your mind.
Yeah.
If they can shrug that off and get back to their normal performance, it should be a really good map for them, like Termi was talking about.
He's got to be careful here because already A short control, relatively lost. He's got to hear this drone now and should be calling some form of backup. Very deep committed smoke as well. Drone only just being broken. DRX happy to give this one up actually for the retake. So it's pulled a lot of util out of SEN, anticipating that they could be anchoring.
I like that clear as well. Great stun that Zekken throws out. Tens teleports up to punish anybody that might be tucked short. Clearly put some thought into these Neon execs, same as Sunset.
Celsius just sidestepping most of his util, not a paranoia.
Wait, out of hell. Out, Zelsis. Thank you.
Locking down the angles, Zekken.
Zekken! Stop spamming, bro. Nice, alright. Well, we got the gun round.
Loosely damaged under these SEN players, definitely a little bit messy.
Yeah, that wasn't exactly the cleanest.
True. 2 rifles were all that Sentinels managed to escape with there. But only 1 Bulldog needs to be bought, and Zelsis is getting pretty close to his Rolling Thunder. So I don't think this is as bad as it might first appear for SEN. Zelsis, speaking of him, that aftershock that he used in post-plan basically won them the round. The whole point for DRX there is that they're supposed to explode in off the retake, follow up on the buzz. They couldn't manage it. Zelsis there reaching for the trophy in real life as well.
Aggression.
Oh, this is gonna be an aggressive push. What?
You can't be hitting those! Getting away with a spray transfer one fully stunned.
Bro, the stun is so cosmetic. It does nothing, man.
He's seeking to offset that disadvantage, but DRX, they come right back at them with that firepower.
Bro, the stun does absolutely nothing, man. What the fuck was that?
Against people that were shooting back in that spot. He was shooting against people that were blinded up, stuffed into a corner, and yet it's still so impressive, the mechanics on display there. Here's that paranoia thrown out from Mako, but the follow-up from Buzz, genuinely unbelievable. The spray control, even just onto Tens is amazing, but then to catch Zekken?
Oh, that's ridiculous. I do love a good delayed A-lobby fight.
If you let this guy get rolling, he could walk all over SEN. Zekken's got to be able to match him pound for pound. And with the hero rifle in his hands, SEN putting their trust in the young superstar.
See if he can get that ball rolling, but wasn't offered a Any players, Mako?
We have Sova. Why are we not going C?
Over towards B as well. Bullets landing, not dropping him though. Dodging around. The drone is going to be used up and over. Dart through the back as well. Big reveal. The posturing sent away. Now looking to lean there. He's taken to the C side. Flashback is there, ready. He does have the rifle towards
Plat, tens. No, tens.
Just in time, but it's traded. And seconds here.
No.
Needed a reign supreme.
Wait, big damage though.
So a bit of recycling occurring here with a rolling thunder. Again, these DRX players. Bane could not escape. He's not the ire of that one. Buzz is right back into
help him. Nice.
But Maka now is forced to concede up that space and concede the round.
What a thrifty for SEN to be able to pull out. They only had one Vandal to work with, and Zekken made use out of it. Cool macro idea as well, called by John. That fake into B. John had already taken the space in Garage and was ready to break the trip, give that away as late as possible. But they did DRX dirty there, just taking them out one by one, slicing off
Well played.
player at a time, and then gathering up the guns as they went to pull off the MasterCard Thrifty.
It's a dangerous element, I think, of SEN's overall game plan. Not just game plan, I suppose. This was not really planned, but it's their ability to just jump on opportunities when they're presented them.
Absolutely. And that's what Buzz is trying to do at the end there as well, right? He's trying to find that timing back right before the neural theft comes through. Buzz, Blade Storm in hand, going to be popping that one and trying to get value out of it in this round. And then maybe working his way up to an operator.
Oh, revealed up. I don't know where Buzz is, at least with the Blade Storm as well. SEN quick scurry away into an opposite direction.
No trip over towards Garage here, completely clear. Double kill trip on site.
Just trying to play these players in as well, out through the back of the side as well. Stun, again, Ricochet and Cages. These are trying to help out the anchoring players. The Splashback is going to try and get them south, tucked into the corner, once more gliding.
No, bro, we don't clear plat.
The paranoia was quite good. Aftershock now will clear out this player. Flashback.
And no.
Mako is trying to break their
No.
the unexpected angle. Buzz is
Whoa,
right
whoa, whoa.
Storm, he's slicing and dicing. No kills there, but the damage done surely. Enough tens. Quick evacuation with the TP barely out of dodge.
They had 10 HP between them there, the final two players on Sentinels. Tens with the majority of that, still only on 8.
A massive advantage still here for DRX, like you said.
The drone. No way this guy still has drone.
Day will clear through most of this one, so Tens could not play the off angle like he was hoping. Now just holding it. Shallow into the play.
Ah, this is so scary.
Perfect precision, whatever you want to call it.
No, he had to back out. Fuck.
For a moment, looked like Tens was posted on the right line.
Dude, Tens almost had that too, man. If Tens just had a little more HP.
I don't think he's going to have enough money to be able to go for the operator, though. It looks like he might need to help out his mates.
The fact that Jordan was a bit late with his plat molly. Oh, that's so annoying.
It was all that DRX could do to hold on. Did manage to push things across the line.
Well, at least to give him an opportunity.
Dude, if only Tens had a bit more HP.
And actually, they've gone with a judge onto Flashback so that Buzz can have enough money to go for the operator himself.
Interesting.
So here comes the op.
Might not be expecting it.
They've smoked off their own op here to disguise the fact that Buzz is going to be playing in this direction. Normally, a smoke in this position means the op is not really going to be playing there. Why would the defending team want to smoke off their own operator? Just to disguise it and hope that SEN fall into the trap. They're